All right, it's been more than a month since the start of the construction project on the Kennedy.
Oh, we've been there, right? Right now, inbound lanes are limited as drivers head into downtown. Sarah Jindra shows us how some are getting around the delays and how technology might be able to help.
Travel times are high and speeds are low. Construction started March 20th, and ever since, drivers have been working to get around it.
We're like in the thick of it now, right?
Greg Marquez says his old 45-minute commute from Elgin to Bucktown has skyrocketed since the Kennedy construction started in March.
We're looking at a good hour 20, maybe hour 10. It's been an hour and a half on a bad day, like if it rains.
He leaves home a half hour earlier and is even trying side streets to beat the traffic.
In the last 6 weeks or so, I've taken any number of strange routes that I didn't even know existed to my office. At the end of the day, hasn't made much of a difference, maybe a little bit, because everyone's doing the same thing.
Unfortunately for Marquez and other drivers, it's not a short-term inconvenience. Ahead lies 3 years of lane closures.
That's being optimistic. They can't control the weather. They can't control unforeseen conditions, which are going to pop up when you're doing road construction, and it could extend that. It almost certainly will. So you could be looking at 4 years or 5, who knows?
It's a fair concern for Chicago drivers who just finished dealing with the Jane Byrne Interchange project, which infamously went from being a 4-year project to a 9-year project. But the Illinois Department of Transportation's John Schumacher tells me this Kennedy project is different. He believes that the 3-year timeline is realistic.
It's a rehabilitation project, so it's a less intrusive scope of work. There's a lot more that we know about the project, so there's not that unknown of digging into the ground and finding a utility that wasn't supposed to be there, or an old freight tunnel, or having to deal with the soil conditions.
Crews are rehabilitating the Kennedy's bridge decks between Montrose and Ohio.
The contractor removes the existing surface that's all potholed, and they get all that loose concrete off of there, and then we put down a new latex concrete surface on top.
The goal is to fix the bridge decks now to avoid bigger problems like what we've seen at I-55 and Route 53, causing unplanned emergency closures. So the plan on the Kennedy, work on the inbound side this year, the express lanes next year, and the outbound side in 2025. Meantime, major alternates are also under construction. The Illinois Tollway is working on 294, and CDOT is resurfacing DuSable Lakeshore Drive.
We meet with all the other organizations to try to coordinate work, so we know what they have coming up, they know what we have coming up. A lot of it is also how long the infrastructure lasts. Sometimes you're forced, your hand is forced.
When I found out about this, I thought this is a good opportunity for us.
Metra's Michael Gillis says the transit agency is hoping this is an opportunity to prove itself as a viable alternate to driving. It's been struggling to lure commuters back post-pandemic, but since the Kennedy construction began, ridership has gone up.
I think people will continue to come on. I mean, they're probably trying the Kennedy and seeing how bad it is, and then they're coming on to Metra and finding out that, you know, we're soaring right past them.
Metra says it has the capacity for more commuters and will continue adjusting schedules for new ridership demands. It encourages Kennedy drivers to leave their cars and consider using one of these 4 lines that service the affected area. The CTA is another option. Commuters can drive to one of the park and ride lots at Cumberland or Rosemont, park, and take the Blue Line the rest of the way. But if public transit isn't a feasible solution for you, the inbound travel times in the express lanes have been lighter on average than the far right lanes, so use those if possible. Also, try avoid commuting at peak times. IDOT says the new morning peak is now about an hour later, around 9:20 a.m. Hani Mamasani, director of the Northwestern University Transportation Center, says when long-term projects like this start, commuters begin testing their options by using new routes, adjusting their schedules, using public transit, or even avoiding the city altogether.
The disruption is long. These alternatives include finding other destinations, cancellation, and so on. And so the concern is that as the economy the city is reviving, a lot of the businesses that are really trying hard to get workers to go back are now facing a situation where the cost is so much higher for users.
As for Marquez, he says public transit isn't an option for his commute, so he's just adjusting his schedule and coping with the traffic.
We live in Chicago. And if you live and work in Chicago, this is just a fact of life.
So I think the view that appears to be adopted is one that, well, it's a necessary evil. And yes, it is. And obviously, we need to maintain our facilities, but at the same time, we could probably do it better.
The Northwestern University Transportation Center is doing a simulation to assess the impact of the closures. They say that technology could be used to better help reduce some of the uncertainty that drivers face. That would be like using more real-time signage and making sure navigation systems keep up with the changes. Now, speaking of changes, there will be changes to this construction zone starting next week on May 15th. Drivers entering the express here at Montrose are currently able to get out of those express lanes at the halfway point, right around Diversey. But crews are going to be working on that area starting on Monday. So drivers that get in those express lanes will not be able to exit here. You won't be able to exit until Ohio. That closure is going to last 8 weeks, and we have all that information and more on our website, WGNTV.com. Sarah Gindra, WGN News.